YouTuber's Life was a game that came out in 2016 during one of YouTube's golden ages, specifically during the gaming era. You know, during the time when Let's Plays would be 10 minutes a piece and would be hundreds of parts long. And one of the games that a lots of YouTubers covered was YouTuber's Life, or as it's known now, YouTuber's Life OMG. I actually remember playing the gaming version of it on my iPad. That's because the iPad version came in completely different editions. You had the gaming one, the music one, and I believe the food one, while the PC and the console ones came complete. This idea of selling the same game multiple times as different versions is something Nintendo would steal 10 years prior with the Transformers DS games. That's going to be the only Transformers reference you get throughout the entire video. Also, I am aware that this game is really old, but recently I've been looking through my Steam library and came across it. They did actually release a sequel to the game, which came out a few years ago in the ancient time of 2021, a time very few remember, with the only documentation being ancient and unintelligible. Before we begin to understand the story of YouTuber's Life, I'd just like to say, I have an Instagram, go follow it. This is like the third time I've plugged it because I keep forgetting the login. In YouTuber's Life, you have one goal: to become the most popular YouTuber on the planet, eventually moving into a mansion which takes off into space, which is somehow still better than the entirety of Garten of Banban. It is actually worth noting that the game came out during a wave of YouTuber games. This was during a time when we were getting bangers like Vlogger Go Viral and PewDiePie's YouTuber Simulator. We even still get similar games, with the one most recently released being this year's content warning.
I humbly endorse Herman's barking bag. I'm barking at these dogs. Herman's barking bag! Buy one, get Herman's barking bag! Barking bag!
In YouTuber's Life, you have 4 different channel options: gaming, fashion, cooking, and music. Each path having different activities you can do, with gaming being by far the easiest. But whatever option you choose, they all have similar steps: setup, film, and edit. Setup, it's pretty simple. You choose what you want to record, then you choose what equipment you're going to use. After that, you have to actually film the video, and just like in real life, you have to select the correct cards like it's a game of Inscription. Selecting the correct cards will increase your overall score and directly impact the outcome of your video. Then it's off to the editing stage, where you have to put the clips of your video together, trying to make the video flow correctly. The correct order being shown by these arrows, which you have to try and match up correctly. Over time, you'll be able to upgrade your setup, or as some would call it, your battle station. Upgrading that will increase both the length and quality of your videos, thus increasing subscriber growth, which is actually needed to progress through the game. You're also going to need to actually go outside of your hermit hole and attend in-game events, which will increase your publicity. Not to mention, later in the game, you unlock a version of Twitter, which you'll regularly need to post on to keep your fans updated. The first apartment you get in the game is your childhood bedroom. Pros: no rent and food is free. Cons: mum, who will occasionally enter your room and will either praise you or punish you for not studying for your monthly test. Failing the test will result in your PC being taken away. That is, unless you're me and speedrun the entire game to get to the second apartment. After attending your first event, you'll be offered a chance to move into a new apartment, which removes the need to study but introduces both rent, food, and bills, and a roommate who will constantly bother you. After reaching 30k, you get the third apartment, which allows you to set up a new station, meaning you can hire help, officially turning your channel into a business. And that's the game. It only goes up from there. Every new milestone unlocks bigger and better apartments until you eventually fly into space. The game does offer more objectives like getting married and decorating your apartment. Overall, it's a small but fun game, and maybe I'll check out the sequel. And with that, as always, till next time.